Alex fucking Jones. A lot of you might not know this about me, but I've been an avid fan of Alex Jones for like 8 years now. And since he's finally boomed in popularity, I figured now's as good a time as any to make a video just sort of coming to his defense. And before you say I've gone off the deep end, keep in mind how long I've been a fan of him, because that means I've been crazy this whole time, which you might have a point. So let's start this off with the whole gay frog conspiracy. Now this is one of my favorites. The conspiracy was that some chemicals were being dumped into this river that were turning the frickin' frogs gay. And it's my favorite because it sounds ridiculous, but it's totally true. And you can look this up for yourself. These scientists have articles and research and video evidence of all of this. Some of the male frogs in this river were mating with other male frogs, and in some instances those frogs even changed their sex and produced offspring. Now some amphibians are capable of doing this inherently, which was a major plot point of Jurassic Park, but this just sort of exacerbated the process. Now I don't buy into Alex Jones' theory that this was all a part of some big global conspiracy, but yeah. It's a frickin' gay bomb, baby. Now, I don't know how many of you guys like John Oliver. I'm a big fan, personally. I really love his show Last Week Tonight, and so I was stoked to find out he was gonna make an episode talking about Alex Jones. And I was met with supreme disappointment when he ended up making the entire episode not about his content, but about his supplements. Now listen, here's the thing. Those supplements could be totally bullshit, but they sell the same crap at Whole Foods and no one cares. And he broadcasts his show for free, unlike John Oliver, where you have to pay for HBO. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. The guy's gotta make a living. Hell, I've been watching his show for years and I haven't paid him a cent. Sorry, Alex. Love you. But you'll notice, if you actually watch Alex Jones' show, and then watch the way the media reports on his show, you'll see that they completely take him out of context almost every time. And a prime example of this was with his interview with Megyn Kelly. Now, prior to this interview, Megyn called Alex and insisted that this wasn't going to be a hit piece. She wasn't even going to ask him about his conspiracy theories. She just wanted to show everybody who Alex Jones was as a person. She literally said she wanted people to be able to walk away from this piece saying, yeah, I can see the dad in Alex Jones. But Alex Jones knew she was probably full of it because he recalled stories she had done on him in the past where she totally gave out misinformation. So he recorded that phone call, which you can see for yourself on YouTube, and then when the interview came along, she asked him every single thing she said she wasn't going to. And now, I don't even care if an interviewer wanted to ask him about his conspiracy theories, but you can't tell that person beforehand explicitly that you're not going to, and then when they give their answers, you can't totally botch them. A good example of that is his response to the Sandy Hook shooting. Now, a while back, he said the whole thing was a hoax, right? Which, yeah, you know, that's bad. But when he gave his answer to Megyn Kelly, he was going through and explaining all the different points of beliefs he had throughout this reporting process. In the beginning, he said, you know, something seems fishy, but I'm not sure what it is. At some point, he thought, this is definitely a hoax. There's no way this wasn't totally fabricated. And then by the end of it, he said, I'm sorry, this definitely happened, but there was absolutely fuckery with the media reporting, which is true. But what portion of that answer did she broadcast? Alright, just a little snippet where he said, it's all a hoax. And that is not unusual. This is something that happens all the time with Alex Jones. Do you remember hearing about that Pizzagate story? Everybody was blaming Alex Jones for this guy who went into this pizza restaurant with a gun and was looking for kidnapped children. But Alex Jones never even mentioned this pizza place. The internet trolls ended up linking those two things together and made it the same story. All Alex Jones was talking about was emails that were leaked detailing politicians who were hiring child prostitutes. That was real, and it was some seriously fucked up shit. And of course, all the news media outlets were saying how fucking crazy that was. There's no way politicians and all these people would be involved in an underground child sex slave ring. But a few days later in California, over 400 people were arrested under suspicion of that exact same shit. And some of you guys may be saying, Brian, why would you even bother defending this guy? His lawyer admitted in a court case that he was just playing a character. None of it was true. But where did you hear that from? The mainstream media. What actually happened was, there was a clip that was shown in court of Alex Jones. I believe it was the clip of him dressed as the Joker. And in this episode of his show, he was impersonating these evil globalists he's always talking about. So he was saying a lot of really fucked up shit, and they were trying to use that as a way to say, see, look, he's crazy, look at all this terrible stuff he's saying. To which his lawyer responded, no, he's obviously playing a character, this is satire. And then the media came out in a big fuss like, oh my god, look, his lawyer just admitted that he's a fraud! But he said time and time again, no, Those specific instances, I was playing a character. Most of the time, I'm just being me. And how could he not? If you actually understand how his show works, this dude just sits there for hours and talks, no teleprompter, nothing. Could you really put up that clever a ruse for this long? And a lot of you might be surprised that I even like Alex Jones in the first place. I mean, he is a Republican, right? No, he's not. He is a conservative, but he is not a Republican. If you actually know Alex Jones, you would know that he has a history of bashing not only Democrats, but also Republicans. You can look up videos of him protesting George W. Bush outside of the White House. Oh yeah? Well then why does he like Trump so much? Now listen, I may not like Trump, but I understand why Alex Jones likes Trump. Alex Jones doesn't like politicians. He thinks they're all corrupt pieces of shit. So then one guy comes along, Donald Trump, who is for once not a career politician, and he gets the office. Does that not sound amazing to Alex Jones? But the thing is, most of the people who are seeing Alex Jones for the first time are only seeing stuff from his show. The main reason why I love him so much and why I got into him in the first place is because of his investigative journalism. Because holy hell, he had some great shit. The first thing I ever saw from him was his documentary exposing the Bohemian Grove. And the Bohemian Grove is basically one of those secret society things for all the higher up politicians and CEOs. And once a year, they all meet in the Bohemian Grove in these redwood forests in California. There's a bunch of stone owl gods everywhere. They have mock human sacrifices and do a bunch of other weird ass rituals. This was even parodied in House of Cards. You remember the episode with the big stone owl? They were all wearing robes. That's what it was, man. And no one even denies its existence. All the people around there know it happens. And do you remember that "don't tase me bro" guy? He was at a rally for, I believe, John Kerry. And he just asked him about the Bohemian Club. And immediately the guards bum rushed his ass and tased him. This is some real shit, and Alex Jones snuck in and filmed it all. Like, how many trucks does it take to carry the weight of that guy's balls? And now everybody says he's fucking crazy, but come on! Would you not be crazy after seeing that shit? Listen, Alex Jones is a funny guy. Whether you agree with him or not, he's a smart guy, and he sticks to his principles, which is way more than I can say about any mainstream media. So basically, the point I'm getting at is I implore you all to watch Alex Jones' show itself, and watch some of his documentaries. And if you still don't like him, that's totally cool, man. But at least dislike him for the truth.